Hi friends. Yeah, it's summer. It feels like. Um, so the Dragon Path. Um, so apparently the Pyrenees are the mountains of fire, the mountain range between Spain and France. And in ancient times, they were seen as dragons breathing fire. And these dragons worked with all the elements, just not just fire, water, air. It seems to me. I've only just had a look at this book, um, but I have a concern about it that some women find it the it's seen as the power of the divine feminine at the time, pre-Christian. And the idea is, as often New Age and pagan people talk about, as that Christianity has thrown out the dragon and kept down the feminine energy, kept them kept down women because the men were afraid of the women. But my understanding from reading Steiner and through the United Network News is that that was the time for the dragons. And, the dragon families and the eagle families, with different colors, the black and the white and the blue and red, different dragon and eagle families have been ruling this world above our governments for millennia. And now they are, well, they're being forced to surrender by the forces of, well, I think, of light. And I think that's Christianity, really, esoteric Christianity, our direct connection to God, with help of the Christ. So I think historically they're fascinating, and maybe we can use their power, but I also have a concern that we don't want it. It seems to be an atavistic force. It seems, Steiner said that evil is a truth that happens, that a truth, but of another time, and so uh, I think it was Jesus Christ, or was it John the Baptist, called the Pharisees vipers. You are a nest of vipers. And I think the point is that he was saying that they need to wake up to the new Christ consciousness. So I think, in my idea, maybe the divine feminine was important then, and it was important that patriarchy took over in order to make these structures, to make the industry, to create lots of technology. And now it's time for the divine feminine to come back. But how does it come back? I, you know, um, maybe the dragon energy can be transmuted using the Christ consciousness. It's interesting right now that there's a lot of talk about how Jesus Christ was married to Mary Magdalene and they had a daughter in order to protect the bloodline. And that would be, a rabbi marrying would make sense. It was encouraged. But the Christian church has said, that Mary was a virgin all her life, and that sex is evil and all the rest of it. I I seem to remember that to be called a virgin in Jesus Christ's time, it just meant that you were a good woman, not necessarily that you didn't have sex. She may have, yeah, there could be the Immaculate Conception. That is not discounted. I think there's also the idea that Mary's mother was had a divine conception of Mary as well. But to not have, for Mary not to have children. So in the New Testament, there are several references to Jesus's brothers and sisters. Were they all immaculately conceived? I don't know. But it seems probable that sex was seen as sacred by the Jews in order for the bloodline to continue. So, in my anthroposophical opinion, I think it's important that we focus on the Christ impulse and the heart, right? The head-heart thinking, as Steiner gave us exercises to encourage, and the heart as this will organ. You know, an act of love is a will impulse. It's not just beating, and the heart is not a pump, but it's a balancer of our blood, in which our eye is in the iron, in the hemoglobin of the blood. Yeah. So this heart is, I think, going to be part of the future economics and brotherhood. So I think that is the focus we should take, and perhaps transmuting the dragon energy into the heart energy. And maybe that is what's happening with this new divine feminine impulse. Well, thank you for listening, and please subscribe to my channel. And I'm looking forward to hearing your comments.